guys, it's Miss Morgan, and today we are working on to find the hypotenuse. So to find the hypotenuse of a right triangle, we need to first identify what our hypotenuse is. So the hypotenuse of a right triangle is the side opposite the 90-degree angle. And it's also going to be the longest side in our right triangle. So we can take a look at our example right triangle, and we see that our right angle is right here, and the side directly opposite is called our hypotenuse. And we also label our hypotenuse as side C. So, in addition to having a hypotenuse, a right triangle also is going to have two legs. And our legs are the sides that make up our right angle. So we're going to call our legs side A and side B, and our hypotenuse side C. So now that we understand what makes up our right triangle, let's go ahead and talk about how to find the hypotenuse. So to find the hypotenuse, or side C, of a right triangle, use the Pythagorean theorem. Now the Pythagorean theorem just tells us that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And if you remember, a and b are our legs, and c is the hypotenuse. So using this formula, we can find the length of our hypotenuse when given the length of our two legs. So let's take a look at our example. Find the length of the hypotenuse. Okay, so we have a right triangle, and our hypotenuse C is the side opposite the 90-degree angle. So our legs are equal to 5 centimeters and 7 centimeters. So we can say this equals A and 7 centimeters equals B. Now we simply want to plug this into our Pythagorean theorem. So A squared plus B squared. So we're going to say 5 squared plus 7 squared is equal to c squared. So now we know that 5 squared is equal to 25 plus 49 is equal to c squared. Now 25 plus 49 is equal to 74, and 74 is equal to c squared. Now to solve for c, we simply take the square root of each side. So we want to find the square root of 74 and the square root of c. So now this tells us that the square root of 74 is 8.6, and we'll just go ahead and round it to the tenths place. So 8.6 is equal to c. So our hypotenuse is equal to 8.6 centimeters. So all we need to do when we are looking to find the hypotenuse of a right triangle is simply take each of our legs, A and B, and we want to plug them into our Pythagorean theorem. So we know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we go ahead and simplify our a squared and our b squared. We add them together, and then we find the square root of each side, and by doing that we will find our length of our hypotenuse. So, using the Pythagorean theorem, you guys should have no trouble at all finding the length of the hypotenuse of any right triangle. Excellent work!